Welcome to another episode of Muse. Muse is a content of Signature Television. You can find Signature Television on channel 265 on SLTV. You can also find Signature Television 24 hours on all social media handles, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and all the rest of them. My name is Christian Chibuzo Maduka. I'm your chief muser. If there's anything like that. But then, even if there's not anything like that, it is part of my music. I come up with words. So just give it to me. If I come up with words that you can align with, please do. If I come up with one you cannot understand, please ask your neighbor. These days it's difficult to get a good neighbor because things are difficult. People are not interested in assisting anyone. But then we should not forget the fact that we need each other to survive, especially in hard times in Nigeria. This is even the best time we need each other to survive. So, what do you think? We need each other to survive. But that's how I come in today's episode of The Muse. So, let's muse together. I am yet your guest who normally invade your sitting room uninvited. So, if it's the language of my people, say, Nagidem. Okay? Oh, the first episode we're going to look at looks at insecurity in Southeast Nigeria. And we're going to talk about beyond the ethnic profile. There is insecurity all over Nigeria. Northeast, northwest, southwest, southeast, south, and all areas of Nigeria. Middle belt. I don't know what region that one belonged to. Now, it seems that there was so much killing that went on in Yaweleta, or Yaweleta. Just pardon me, I don't want to bite my tongue. But suffice it to say that you remember that community in Benue State were over, because that's the word. Even the federal government came up with the figure, over. They didn't tell us exact, meaning that it could be. So, like, since it's over, I still, what is the final thing is that the life of Nigerians are now counted in just a matter of numbers, you know. Somebody will be arguing. He said, 20 people died. So, no, it's only 10, it's only 8, it's only 12. Now, I ask you, my dear people, one life of a Nigerian, does it matter? Now we talk about when we are counting in many of them and we are bothering about how many. This is part of things that tell us that life of Nigerians are just, like I tell you in this program, each time you want to talk about one issue, it takes you to another. I've already talked about insecurity in Southeast Nigeria beyond the ethnic profile. So, for some of you who may sound like this is big Oyibo, no, so this is Dogo Trechi, you know, since we are talking about Southeast, let's bring it home. Who? We are going to apply what we call the 5 W's and H to insecurity in Southeast Nigeria. What is insecurity in Southeast Nigeria? We all know. What is the cause? We may not know. Are they trying to provide us also what are probable causes? We might have one or two things scratch the surface, scramble, touch about it, and they say, some say it's the movement of some people from up somewhere coming down to southeast because of the desertation, encroachment of the desert, bringing the coming down, and then you'll be in your house. According to the allusions. So because there's problem somewhere, somebody moved from where there's problem, they come and it become an issue. And we're talking about it. That's the cause, okay? So if you're applying the 5 W's and H, what? When? Where? Who? Why? And then we come down to how. Recently, the governor of Anambra State traveled, I don't know where, but a viral video that is a lot of people have talked about it, and I have a copy of that video, where they were told that out of 100 people arrested in Southeast Nigeria over insecurity, kidnapping, killings, and all the banditry terror, that out of 100 of them, 99 of them are Igbo people. It calls for serious attention. And somewhere in Nigeria going up, the governor of Jigawa State said, out of 100 of issues they have about banditry, terror, and killings and counter killings in Jigawa State, that 99% of people who cause it are living inside Jigawa. In his own words, his own is clear. Because my mother told me that what makes a python to big grow from tiny baby python to big one is on the earth. So meaning that whatever kills Ede, it starts from the west. So the issue, what the Jigawa State governor said about insecurity in Nigeria is very clear. Because nobody can slap a jaw unless you come close. That's a proverb of bone and silence. Onye choy matanti olondo be nso. Onye no kwanu mmadu nso na anu isi ezie. These are as one to Muse on one, another one is coming. But that's not what we are talking. We are not here for proverb lessons. What we are saying is that the governor of Anambra State has said, and so much insecurity is going on in Southeast, and we are concerned because nobody knows who's next. And the governor of a very powerful state in Southeast Nigeria has said, that actually it's the Igbos that are actually killing themselves, and they are profiling a certain ethnic group in Nigeria as the cause. And that's cause where I come in. I want to talk about it. Now we say, what is the cause of ethnic, terror, killings and counter killings in Southeast? Who is involved? Who is caused, or who caused, and who does it affect? Who benefits on it? So when we finish with all the what questions, we go into who and whom questions. So who benefits from Southeast insecurity? How does it? Okay, who? Yes, we still on who. Who costs? Who benefits? When we leave that, when does these insecurities take place? At night? In the daytime? In the morning, in the afternoon? Is it around the clock? For us, well, nobody has gone to that way. All we know is, hey, somebody just kidnap now, and they show viral video. And everybody will be interested in showing the car and the location. And that's it. At the end of it all, what happens? We don't know. All we know is that ransom are being paid. Ransom are being paid to some people. And from all the people who have been got involved in their testimonies and the cases, that is where it become a war of these people against the governor of Anambra State. A lot of people have come up and said the governor of Anambra State got it all wrong in that particular aspect. They say got it wrong to a certain extent. Because if we have 99% of people killing, all the killings in Anambra State being caused by Igbo people who could actually come from southeastern part of Nigeria, Igbo State, then it calls for a lot of attention. That all the time we thought, because every day they say chicken die in the front of folks' house. Yes, every day chicken die in front of Onambulede's frontage. Fox is Onambulede in Igbo land. Now this time now, there seems to be a cry who says the fox has died in the front of chicken's house. Anybody, any town that they find themselves missing one by one, they're not talking and they're laughing and probably playing politics. They're not when they miss finish, they're not going to trace them. Nobody will trace them. Is it political Governor of Anambra State, is your statement political? Is it true that all the killings and banditry happening in Anambra State is caused by Igbo people? Are you sure? So what happened to all the classical cases of header farmers clash that we hear? What happens to the millions and millions of people who have been kidnapped and ransom paid, and this ransom were paid to some people they could identify? I don't have to say more than this. All I want to say, is it true that the southeastern governors want to play political correctness on issue of insecurity in southeastern Nigeria? I'm only asking questions and I come in peace. Is it true? I work with the media, I'm in the media sector. Certain things we hear and we want to confirm. I'm asking. If you know the answer, you can provide. Is it true that all the killings and counter killings happening in southeast Nigeria are caused by the Igbos? If it is true, the Igbos got it wrong there, because they cannot knock on the door and turn around and ask who is knocking on the door. That's my question. Now, if it is self-destruction, then who did this to the southeast Nigeria? There are so many questions we need to answer. I am not here to answer these questions, but I am concerned citizen of Nigeria, citizen of my community, citizen of southeast Nigeria, without apologies. So if there are issues that are happening in this place and I need to ask questions, I need to ask. I need to ask our governor, they are the chief security officers. If that is true, then if what Soludo said is true, Governor Soludo, Professor Charles Soludo, the executive governor of Anambra State, you don't make such statement and you went to our people in diaspora and say it. Is it true? Is it true? Is it true? That's where I stop it. Until that question is answered, we will continue to ask that question, Okay, so without wasting time on that, the next topic we are going to look at says ADC Coalition Platform. ADC, Coalition, All Democratic Congress, Political Coalition, the prospect and challenges. Before now, nobody believed that there will be a coalition that will work out in Nigeria. They sounded like the bookmakers had written, mentioned the book, they make their book and have written it and it's all true. But suddenly, we find out that certain things are started happening. You know why I look this way? Certain things seem to be the hunters have become the hunted. And now there's some people will say it's too early to begin to ask questions, the prospect challenges, and something they say that you are going to be the star that will appear in public for people to come and watch you. And when they come there, they are cleaning dust out of your clothes. And people will say, is this true? Now I want to say ADC platform at the core. A political party, usually before now, you hear it doesn't even get to the next 20 political parties that you mentioned their name. ADC came up and offered the platform and said, if this platform is one that we offer as a sacrifice for the house to still maintain some semblance of democratic compliance in a democratic society, that I will be willing to offer my platform. And the man offered his platform. And then certain things begin to happen. Certain things begin to happen. My pastor told me that God does not bless nothing. God blesses something. It sounds like political, the Pentecostal preachers, God does not bless nothing. He blesses something. So start something and ask for God to bless. So the ADC political coalition started something like joke. They asked God for help and they started building. For anything you did not give a thought, will not grow. If you have a small pimple sitting on your jaw and you start thinking about it and touching it, you start growing. You start growing until, maybe along the line you beg for people to help you carry your jaw. And that's what he started. ADC has started like a dream. He has started growing. All the big politicians, some people call them disgruntled politicians, Congress, whatever they call them, all we know that we have. Nigeria is giving thought to ADC and is growing with the likes of Atiku, the likes of Peter Obi, the likes of David Mark, the likes of El-Rufai. Those are not people you can wish. The likes of Amechi, the likes, many of them are coming in, and now we hear that the Northern Power Bloc has moved to take over all PDP structures to replace it with ADC. And they say, if one door closes, another will open. That is the beauty of democracy. If you allow us to enjoy it, some people will cross the Ogbe and they say the Ogbe should break. Some people will cross the bridge and they will turn around and pray for the bridge to break. But they forgot that they will be trapped the other side of the divide if the bridge breaks. But people like us with open mind, they call us the liberals, the Democrats. We allow for easy passage. Let Ebo Belu, let Ugo Belu. If Ugo say anyone will not let him wings scatter. So the ADC platform said the prospect and the challenges. The challenges are that people are already going to court sponsoring for people to dismantle ADC. ADC make them not allow make they like mouth. What in the talk show na go be? Most Nigerians are hoping on you guys to at least keep this political structure, the Nigerian democratic structure, to at least you become in a democracy that you have the opposition, you have the proposition. So two of them makes democracy. In any democracy where you have all the proposition and no opposition, something is wrong. In any country, you come and see only men, you don't see women. God has created it one, male, female, opposition, proposition, variant, a lot of those kind of night, day, it had to be. Because that is democracy. Any attempt for us not to follow that God-given process is not. So I'm going to still revisit ADC. It's just a match. They were asking questions. Is he going to survive? What will make it survive? Who is involved? What? All the 5 W's and H. We answer. We only ask today's question, what? So we'll come back on this topic as we muse along. So let's take the next topic, and it says, flooding in Nigeria, preparedness of Nigeria and the Nigerian people. I've told you the story of the family. It's a mushroom. Mushroom killed their papa. Mushroom killed their mama. And then the villagers gathered and said, hey, this particular family, you can see mushroom has killed their papa, mushroom has killed their mama. Children, the one that we can salvage, please stay away from mushroom until further notice. Because if you chop without asking, you go die without. Hey, God, so the non-village, they say, this mushroom is banned for this family. But surprisingly, the villagers woke up a few days after to go and visit the children who would have lost their mama and their papa to mushroom menace. When they came, asked me what did they see. The villagers saw the children crouching mushroom in their hands. And they asked them, the elders of the village were so shocked. So they said nobody should talk. The elders took charge, said, let me ask the children. Children, what killed your mama? They said mushroom. Children, what killed your papa? They said mushroom. Now, children, what are you holding? They said mushroom. The elder said, oh my God, that is like the case of Nigeria and flooding. In 2012, flooding overtook Lokoja. And all the houses there were swallowed and submerged underwater. River Niger overflew. Past tense, Past tense, But the River Niger overflew its boundaries and took over half of Yoruba or Lokoja town. That people were accessing Abuja through Nasarawa State, through Makurdi. And if you want to access Abuja through the Abuja-Lokoja Express, there were canoes and boats that will convey you across. So if you are coming from Abuja, you stop where the water stops. They will convey you across, you enter, It became a big business across. And then a lot of people were displaced in Lokoja. The government of Lokoja, Kogi State, ran into problems. Since 2012, flooding in Nigeria has become recurrent. And the experts said climate change. A lot of things are causing it, and things are. But since 2012, Nigeria has persistently lost people, property, and things that we cannot quantify. If you want me to tell you that I went to school, let me put it this way. Since 2012, Nigeria has lost properties and lives of monumental logistics capacity, of monumental all round, monumental. So, the case of Nigerian flooding and our preparedness as a nation and the people is the case of the children who mushroom killed their papa, mushroom killed their mama, and when we came, we saw them holding mushroom for lunch. Shame. Shame to everybody involved, because the nation and the people are also, there are headlines of the thing that says flooding, and people are saying, government is saying, abandon this place, abandon this place, there's going to be massive flood, abandon this place, and people say, now for mouth they will take abandon the place. Just put it this way, you come to a small community, you have the vulnerable, people who are living with disability, the blind, the crippled. You have the vulnerable, the women and children. Some of them are single mothers in this modern age. Women know the game. Most women are single mothers, and because life has to go on. Then you come in church community. You have the elderly, and you say, flood is going to come in 10 days. Abandon your community. And the question will be, those ones who have legs will begin to run and abandon the place. The ones who doesn't have the facility, legs and all that takes them, what will happen to them? So that is about the question. Yes, NIMET, Nigerian Meteorological Services, has predicted flooding. And then just recently, in the headline, newspaper headline, it said over 20 states are endemic to flooding. And you know what that means? Out of 36 states, throughout one. Just do the mathematics. And this is going to happen in the next few weeks. And they say, abandon your community is flood prone, that you're going to do this. Have you looked at the government, all the people who are launching campaigns, all the people who are talking about defections, all the people who are talking about coalitions, all the people who have zeroed down to 2007, those governors of their state, are they looking towards those angles? Because this same flood will still come back and sweep away a lot of Nigerians. Nigerians are dying of terror. We are dying of bandit. We are dying of hunger. We are dying of hardship. We are dying of natural disaster like flooding. We are dying of sickness, avoidable ones because of we are dying. Nigeria is not at home. And then all our politicians are doing is about horse trading to return back to tenure, return back coalition, platform. The presidency will talk, ADC will report, SDC will talk, presidency. That's all Nigeria has zeroed down. And you tell me not to talk about it or muse about it. I'm only thinking I'm talking. And that's what you call musing on Signature TV. I don't know about you, but somebody, a Nigerian senator, who's a very known politician, popular one for that matter, he said, if you talk, you die. If you don't talk, you die. Let's talk. So me, I've come here to talk, they die. If you don't talk, they die. They talk, they die. Me, I don't go die. Politicians, if you are politicking and you are a politician, go on politicking. I am a broadcaster. My job is to talk, and I will talk and die. If you are thinking I will talk and die, you have missed your point. So what you do is to go and do what you do. And because of time, I'm not stopped. I won't stop thinking whether I'm talking. My producer is keep saying time, yes, I must go, yes. But I will not stop music because I'm coming back for another episode of Muse on Signature TV. My name is Christian Chibuzo. God bless Nigeria. God bless you real good. But don't forget to go on all our social media handles to look for Signature TV. Once you type Signature TV, forget. The digital technology will bring all our signature handles, Signature TV handles on social media. But if you want direct to home, just go and install SLTV. Search for us on channel 265 and you'll get to hear us 24 hours. We have come to say we better go anywhere. We will talk, but we won't die. God bless you. Bye-bye. I'll go and change shirt and do another one.